What's up, Refuge Nation? Bob here, and today we are talking about tourniquets, different types of tourniquets, what we recommend, what we currently use, as well as some of the ones we don't currently recommend and why that is. And so I have an assortment of different tourniquets right here, both for the child application and then also for the adult application. And this is all stuff that you can find on the website, refugemedical.com. Go ahead, look us up. You guys know where to find us. So all the way starting here to the right, we have a Slishman wrap. So today we're going to be talking about just, the overall information surrounding them. So the Slishman wrap was created by a doctor, Dr. Sam Slishman, very, very cool guy, and he is a pediatrician that really just wanted to create a device that was easily usable and could be used on children of all shapes, all sizes. And so it has a little loop, and then as you'll see throughout the device, you have little hook patches, and that allows, as you wrap, to grab and adhere to itself, which is great because that way if you drop it, it doesn't unravel and you lose all your pressure. So a very well thought out device by Sam Slishman, like so, grabbing together, and easily can cut off blood flow even in an adult. Now, we don't recommend these for adults given the fact that it doesn't have a true 2-inch diameter. It doesn't have the same constriction that you might need for, an adult's muscle mass, and they're really designed for children. So with that, this is a great device. It stores really, really easy. You can keep that hook, or that loop rather, staged like so. And then all you do, just roll your device up like so. Boom. You put a little rubber band around it, or they make black little carrying cases that you can store it in, throw it in a bag, throw it in a purse, throw it in your pocket, whatever have you. And you've got a really easy solution for a child tourniquet. Everybody knows the SWAT T and the S-Mark bandage. It's basically a big, stretchy, elastic bandage. Same exact thing. All you're going to do is loop it around and create that pressure. And the only thing that I really don't like about this is sometimes they can slip when they get wet and they can be challenging to tie. And so that's why I personally recommend the Slishman over the SWAT T or the S-Mark bandage. Still an amazing product, and it has a lot of versatility in its use. You could use this for some sort of pressure bandage or anything like that as well. So still really good little piece of kit right there. Then we've got our more adult-focused tourniquet options right here. So we have two different types of tourniquets. We have the Cat Gen 7 right here, and then we have the Soft T Gen 5. These are the two tourniquets in priority that we sell here at Refuge, given the data that is supported behind them. Now, I know that there are other tourniquet options on the market, the ETQ, the RMT, the TMT, all these different tourniquets, however, they're newer to market, they have less data behind them, and at times I have heard and we've seen different individuals, whether they be in austere conditions or in training conditions, these tourniquets have failed. While these tourniquets, any tourniquet definitely fail, the data suggests that these are far less prone to failure. Not that the other ones are prone to failure, they're just maybe more prone, given that they're on a newer generation. They're still working out some of the kinks. We're on the 7th generation with the Cat, and then we're on the 5th generation with the Soft T. These are amazing tourniquet options, and they just work. Now, they're two very different devices. If you look at a Gen 7 Cat, you can see that the entire device has a big band of hook right here that adheres to itself, right? And so when you put it on, it can adhere to itself like so, right? Versus the Soft T does not. It is a webbing band that is run all the way through, and there's no inner belt, right? This works solely on the twisting of the windlass. Versus the Cat Gen 7 has a large Kevlar band that is run through the entirety of the device. So when you look at it, inside of that little hook nylon tube, there is a Kevlar band right here. This is why it's so important that you don't buy fake medical gear, because a lot of times when tourniquets are falsely produced in other countries that maybe aren't practicing moral obligations with their manufacturing, they won't use a true Kevlar band when producing this part of the tourniquet. And so what happens is in training, you might not put that tourniquet on as tight as you maybe would in a real world scenario, but when you go to use it in a real world scenario, you twist, you twist, you twist, and then this Kevlar band right here snaps. basically making the tourniquet ineffective and impossible for use. What we want to do is we want to make sure that all of our devices have the true Kevlar band inside of it, right? As well as it has that sturdy North American Rescue windlass. We don't want a fake, cheap, chintzy plastic windlass. That's a bad deal right there. So, same way you would work the windlass, this tightens an inner Kevlar band. The soft T, when you work the windlass, it actually tightens the whole strap itself, pulling it in through a little slot right here in the back plate. One thing I like about the soft T is that it is a little bit longer than the Cat Gen 7. So if we look at the soft T in totality versus the Gen 7 Cat, the soft T comes in at a little bit longer length. Now the reason I like that is it gives you a little bit more area for your bigger individuals. I have a lot of friends that are larger individuals, and I want to make sure that I got as much length inside of my tourniquet as possible, right? Another great thing about the soft T is this really cool little buckle right here. It makes it super easy to get the tourniquet apart, right? And then I can slide this under an impinged limb, hook this back on really easy. And now I can tighten it up and just cinch it down with that windlass. One thing I will say about the soft T is, unlike the Cat Gen 7, when you put this back in and you go to apply it, the Cat Gen 7 is very intuitive. All you do is you pull away from your body and it immediately starts to tighten right there. And you cinch it like so. That is not the case with the soft T because of the way the soft T has a buckle device instead of just, you know, this little buckle here. It has a floating buckle on the soft T like so. This floats up and down. So if you pull it with that same amount of pressure, I'll show you right here, it doesn't go anywhere. So what you need to do is you need to actually wrench downward, and when you do that, the device tightens up like so. So if you're used to training with a Cat Gen 7, or maybe you've only taken a Stop the Bleed course that's using the Cat Gen 7, and you're going to start carrying a Gen 5 soft T, there is a little bit of a training deficit that happened, or maybe even a training scar. What I recommend is that everybody trains with both of these types of tourniquets. They're very, very popular on the market. They're very prevalent. You see in EMS both of these types of tourniquets all the time. In Stop the Bleed courses, both of these types of tourniquets all the time. And so we want to be really good with both types. Because that'll allow us to be successful if we, for some reason, we were having to use gear that was somebody else's and we weren't as familiar with it. Now, you'll notice that there are different colors of tourniquets on the table. We have blue, we have orange, and then we also have a black one. Why the different colors, Bobs? Is this just so that you can match your kit? No, it's not actually why. And so what we do here is we have these orange tourniquets for high vis, and we prevalently use these inside of like EMS or even civilian medicine. We have these orange tourniquets, and that's so that we can see the tourniquet after it's been applied. It's very bright, it's visible, it contrasts to most clothing. Most people aren't wearing this color pants. I mean, maybe you are, that's cool too. And then you have the black tourniquets here. These are more for a tactical application to where you want it to, like, you know, be high vis. Think of like a military application or a police application, or even a prepared citizen could have a black cat tourniquet, so that way it's not standing out as much and it's not making you a target if in case, you know, you were still in a dangerous area. Do you have to be military to carry these? No, not even close, not even a little bit. Nobody's trying to gatekeep. We just, you know, that's why they were developed the way that they were. And in case of a car accident, you want people to see the tourniquet. You want people to see that it's been applied, so that way if EMS is exposing somebody inside of an ambulance, they don't run their shears through the tourniquet, creating once again another massive bleed, right? And then you have blue right here. So blue is our training color, right? That's what we've decided as an industry through tactics training and then medical training. You see that we have a blue simulated unit solutions tool, blue simulated Umarex tool right here. Same thing with these right here. If it's blue, it's training, and the main reason that we want to have designated training tourniquets is so that we're not putting extended wear on these devices right here that we're carrying with us, right? Not that it'll cause it not to work. We've seen blue tourniquets from trainings actually save lives before. However, what we don't want to do is stretch this elastic out over and over, stretch this Kevlar out over and over again, work and put this windlass under pressure over and over again. Same thing here. We don't want to stretch this band over and over again. We don't want to maybe weaken this buckle over time or this triangle clip, all these things. It's important for us to keep whatever we're using in a life-saving, situation as pristine as possible. Now, does that mean that you should carry your tourniquet inside of its plastic wrapping? Is that how you stage it? No, not at all. Don't do that, because under pressure, you're not going to succeed, or it's very likely you're not going to succeed in getting that plastic off in a good state of time. However, if we stage these properly inside of a tourniquet holster, whether that be a nylon holster or a Kydex holster, whatever you prefer, that protects it from the elements and keeps it from getting wear and tear. These guys, we want to beat the crap out of. We want to use over and over and over again to make sure that we're really good at applying these skills, right? Something to look at really quick is that all of these tourniquets do have a time tab on them. So you'll see on the Cat Gen 7, this locks the windlass in place right here, so that way the windlass can't get out. It's very important that we notate our time whenever we apply a tourniquet. It's white on the orange ones, it's dark gray on the black ones. If you have a tourniquet that has a bright white tab on the black ones, it's very likely a fake or a counterfeit. It could be an older generation cat. However, it's very likely in these current times that it's not a genuine North American Rescue cat tourniquet, so it's gray on those ones. For the soft tees, it's not what actually keeps the windlass in place. The windlass is held in place here by a locking triangle, right? And so if you look right here, it goes in place like so, and then it's locked by that little triangle. However, on the end of the tail right here, you can see that there's a spot for you to write the time of the tourniquet application. So that's where that's located on the soft tee. So it's very important if you ever apply a tourniquet in a real world scenario to annotate the time, because that's going to play a big difference into how we treat that patient at a higher level of care. So that is a quick look at the different tourniquet options that we sell here at Refuge, that we carry, that we recommend. If you guys have any questions about tourniquets, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We're always here for you. Call the shop, text us, email us, send us a pigeon, a beeper, a page, whatever works. We're here for you, and we try to be as accessible as possible. If you guys want to see something in specific for the training videos, the teaching instruction videos, leave it in the comments below. We love to hear from you. We love to make content that helps you, the end user. Remember, guys, carry an effing tourniquet. We love you. Shalom.